Hi everyone. Today we're going to continue with May's unit, Deciding Where to Live. We're on Unique Learning Systems, May Lesson 3. It's article number 1. It's called Choosing a Place to Live. You don't have any assignments or activities to complete with this lesson today, but tomorrow we're going to look at researching a place to live using some of the resources we look at today. Before we start our lesson, I'd like to review our objectives and some vocabulary that we learned last week. So let's start with that. Our objective is, I will remember 2 things a person should know when choosing a place to live. Is it important to know what you need help with when choosing a place to live? Or is it important to know what you want for supper when choosing a place to live? It's important to know what you need help with. And when we think about that word, need, needs are things that we need to be healthy and safe. Needs are things that are important for us. Remember, important to and important for. And it's important for us to know things that we need when we're choosing a good place to live. It's also important for us to know things we want, things that make us happy, things that are important to us, like living close to family or having a pet. Let's take a look at the rest of our vocab from our lesson. Know. That just means that we are aware or we know the things that we are really good at and we can do independently, or the things we need help with. When we say that we know something, we're saying that we can answer the question, what do I need? Do. What things can you do independently? That would be independent living tasks. Help. What things do you need help with? You might need a staff or a person to help with your medicine or laundry. You might need help paying your bills. When you choose, you are making a decision. Do you want red, green, or blue? You need to make a choice. Right now, we're thinking about choosing where to live. That might be a house, an apartment, or with family. It might be with roommates. There are a lot of different choices when you're thinking about where to live. Live is where home, where you sleep, where you eat, where your things are. Needs, again, remember needs are those things important for you. Needs are things you need to be healthy and safe. When we talk about basic needs, we need to eat, we need to drink water, and we need shelter. We need somewhere to live. And wants are things that are important to us, that make us happy. Things we want might be to have our bedroom painted pink or to choose our own bedding. We might want to live in a neighborhood close to a library. We might want to be able to have a pet, but we would be okay without those things we want. We just need to decide which of those things are the most important to us. And we look at important, and we talk about important, and that means what's the number one thing that means a lot to you. So when we talk about want, important wants are those things that make you the most happy, that you can't live without. And needs are things that you must have to survive, like food, water, and shelter are important needs. Place is a location. This picture is a map, so it shows different places you might be. You might live in the city or the country, near a grocery store, near a bus stop. Good means you like it. Service is a type of help you get. That might be companion care or respite care. It might be help getting dressed. It might be educational services or job coaching. It might be meal services or medical services if you need a nurse where you live. Special means you might need something very specific, and we'll look at those special examples. And where, again, is a place or where something is located. So today, while we read our article, Choosing a Place to Live, remember we're going to think of at least 2 things that are important to remember when choosing a place to live. And when we think of those 2 things, we're going to be thinking of things that are important for us or our needs. Those are the things we need to have to be healthy and safe. And the things that are important, we'll get 1, 2, to us, or what we want, the things that we'd like to have, the things that make us happy. Sometimes the things that are important for us or the things we need might also be important to us. So it's possible for things to fit in both categories. We talked about place or location. This shows a map, and it might be important for you to be in a location that is near transportation, like the bus, so you can get to work and the store. It might also be important to you to be in a location that is near friends or family, or near some beautiful things you like to look at, like the river or a park. So you can see the place or location or where you live might be something you need and something you want. So it's important to know what location you need and want when you're choosing a place to live. It's also important to know how much money it costs, because you need to know how much money you need to have to pay. So you have to have a bill, or you have to have a budget to make sure you can pay all of your bills. That also means we need to think about what we want and what we might want to spend money on. So if we want to have a nice home, we could spend more money. But if we want to have money to go out to eat and do fun things, maybe we'll try to find a home that costs a little less. So even if the money itself is a need, it can relate to some of our wants or things that we like. Another thing to consider, this is more of a want, a thing you would want. What would make you happy? And this picture shows roommates, and this looks almost like a dorm because they're in bunk beds. Do you want to share a room? Do you want to share a house and have your own bedroom with a couple roommates that have bedrooms, or an apartment with 1 roommate? Do you want to live with your family, or do you want to live with your friends? That might be something you want. When we're thinking about where we want to live, what location, and what people we want to live with, we also have to think about what kind of help we need. If we live by ourselves, what kind of help will we need? Will we need medical help or help paying our bills? So looking back at what we might need, again, we have that medical help. Do you need a nurse or staff who are trained to give medicine? Do you need help with safety or help cooking? Do you need transportation or help communicating? It's very important for you to think about what services you need. Looking over here, I see animals. That might be a want. It could be a need if your pet or if your animal is a therapy dog and not a pet, or a service dog or animal. But you might want a pet. What kind of pets does the house or apartment you're looking at allow? And then the last picture I have here is neighborhood. Think about what you need. What do you need to be close to get the food you need, to get the transportation you need, and to get the help you need, you have to fill those needs first. But then what do you want? Do you want to live in a neighborhood with houses? Do you want to live in a big apartment building or small apartment building? Would you like to live near businesses? Would you like to live in the country? Once your needs are met, you can really think about what you want. So today, while we're going through our lesson, reminder to think about what you want and what you need. And if you can give an example of one thing you want and one thing you need, you'll be able to tell me 2 things that you should know when choosing a place to live. All right, we're going to start reading our article. Again, remember this is Unique Learning Systems, May lesson number 3. It's the first article for the month of May. Choosing a place to live. We are all different. We have different needs and abilities. That means we can do different things. We have different skills. It's important to know what you can do independently or what you can do by yourself. And it's important to know what you need help doing. Knowing what you can do will help you choose a good place to live. So you need to know what you can do and what you need help with. Some people need a little or no help with daily activities like cooking, cleaning, dressing, or shopping. Some may need more help. Others may need help with everything. Knowing what you need will help you choose a good place to live. You're going to answer some questions on assessments about living on your own to help you identify what your strengths are and what you need help with. So when you're doing that, you should be able to find 2 things that you need to know when choosing a place to live. Some people may need special services. They may need nursing care. They may need help controlling their behavior. Some people can do these things on their own. Knowing what special services you need will help you choose a good place to live. Some people need help every day. Some people need help some days. Knowing how often you need help will help you choose a good place to live. Some people may want or need to live in a certain set place. They may need to live close to their family, their job, or a hospital. Some might want to live in the country. Knowing where you want or need to live will help you choose a good place to live. And remember, it's important to know what you want and what you need, but you must have your needs met before you can have the things you want. So you have to be healthy and safe in order to have those things that are important to you. Questions that you can ask when you're choosing where to live. What can I do independently? What can I do all by myself? What are my strengths? What am I really good at? Can I do my own laundry? Can I clean my own room? Can I pay my bills by myself? The next question says, what do I need help with? Do I need help remembering to take my medicine? Do I need help scheduling doctor's appointments? What do I need help with? How often do I need help? Do I need help most of the time? Do I need help once a day or once a week? Where do I want to live? Do I want to live by my family or friends? Do I want to live in Sioux Falls? Do I want to live in Crooks? And where do I need to live? Do I need to live somewhere that I have access to transportation? Do I need to live somewhere that has staff or nurses to make sure I'm safe? Or do I need to live somewhere close to work so I can get there? There are a lot more questions you need to ask when choosing where to live, and I'm going to show you a couple of those questions. Excuse me, but while we're looking at those, I want you to think in your head of an answer to one or two of those questions so you can tell me two things that you should know when you're choosing a place to live. We're going to take a closer look at these questions tomorrow when we talk about researching a place to live. Here are the basic questions to ask, and these are things you need to think about. You can add your own questions at the bottom of the page here. I'm going to zoom out just a tiny bit so you can see it a little bit better. Okay, there's a lot of space down here. So things you need to know when you're looking where to live, you need to know how much it will cost. You need to know where it's located, what the neighborhood is like, what activities are available, if there's medicine and healthcare available, how meals are planned and served, if there's transportation, who else lives there? Are there people that you could be friends with or spend time with? Can you have visitors? Are there any rules? What do people who live there say about the place? So these are some questions to ask when you're looking at places to live. Other questions? Are there staff available? Can someone help me with? What do you need help with? And then when we're looking at places to live, I have a research form where we can record the name of the place and the different information we want to find out about the place. So tomorrow we're going to talk about researching a place to live. Today we talked about identifying two things we need to know when choosing a place to live. And you should be able to identify at least one thing that you need help with, or that you will need help with when you choose a place to live, and one thing that is important to you, or one thing that makes you happy, one thing you want. So one thing that you want and one thing you need help with when choosing a place to live. I'm very excited to see you all in our Zoom and talk with some more self-advocates about how they decided where to live. I'll see you soon.